going to make something called a unity gain mixer that I got from Synthrotek. It's a Euro rack module. Synthrotek gives you a bill of materials. This one seems pretty self-explanatory. Circuit board has the numbers on it of which components go in where. But it also comes with a faceplate and the board and the faceplate. So what this is going to do is it's going to be able to take 5 inputs and give you 1 output. So if you have like a drum set, output 1 drum set, put that into your mixer and record it if you wanted to, or perform it if you wanted to. Comes with a bunch of resistors, 4 capacitors, 4 diodes. Back in the day, when they were making these, you had to input it into the socket, the red strip down. Using the diodes, if you input it wrong, it won't fry the machine and kill it. If you input it wrong and then turn it on, your module would cease to work forever. Doesn't look like there's any transistors on this one. There might be a transistor in one of these integrated circuits, but we'll get down to the nitty-gritty. Very first thing you want to do is eat your cheese Danish. Second thing you're going to want to do is count all of your parts. Boards, check. Power cable, check. 12 jacks, 12 check. Power header, check. Integrated circuits, as well as the jack they go into. Well, would you look at that? Check and check. It's going to go into here. There's a notch on this side, and on this side there's also a notch. There's a notch right here. Resistors, capacitors for those Zener diodes. Got all the parts. Great. You will obviously need a soldering iron. Heat that baby up. Leaded solder. You don't have to use unleaded, it's just that lead will kill you, so you want to not use unleaded when you get the chance to. There's a website called Ad Infinitum. You can buy 7 packs of colored patch cables, and you can get them for $5, I think. Really cheap. You're going to want at least 50 patch cables. But there are other items you're going to want to have. Some testers and a multimeter. Time you solder a component in, you're going to want to test that you did it correctly. Doot doot. Like for instance, we have 16 100 k ohm resistors, and I set it to 200 k ohm. So what I've done is I've taken a resistor and I've wrapped it around both of these leads. 99.2, and that's close to 100 k ohms. It says R17 right there. Resistors have a color coding, so this is like brown, black, brown, brown, brown. See, but this too is also brown, black, brown, brown, brown. I'm gonna have the fat end down. I like to take the long end and pull it through so it's nice and flush. And then on the bottom, take the bottom leads and I flatten them so they can't move. And I flatten one in one direction and then I flatten one in the perpendicular direction. Now this guy can't move, he's stuck in there. And with the soldering iron, common misconception is to like do this and then put that little ball of solder that's on there onto that. Not what you want to do. What you want to do is heat up whatever component it is you're about to solder, and then you'll get a very nice clean solder joint. So I put them straight up. Nice. So that is number 1 down. So here I've actually taken all of the pieces and put them, like all of the resistors are now in stand-up position and the capacitors are right there. It says 104 on it. See that? That's what it says. On to the next capacitor. When attaching these pieces, there are these little nubs on the side that you need to get rid of. Alright, now to add the rest of the resistors. So this is what we got so far. Here's the back side. And here's the front of the circuit board. 4 capacitors. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 diodes. Nice. I'm now going to put on the power socket. So we're going for these 10 spots, right? We're going for these 10 spots right here. It's gotta be a world record. 22 soldering joints in 3 minutes and 15 seconds, or 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The end product looks like this. Boom, 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 boom. Now I need to add the integrated circuit saddle. Now this is important because on here you can see that there is a notch right here, and there's a notch on this thing right here. So to line them up correctly, that was my fatal mistake the last time this whole process. Probably the easiest part. To line up the notch on here, which is right there. Haha, for all these nuts. Little things for your pills. It's in here so I don't lose them. There's a rule that the red stripe has to go down, and you could fuck this up if these diodes weren't in here. I finished making the device. and to put it into the machine that I have. And I have the entire TR-808 drum set in Euro rack format. So that is... check that out. Bass drum from the 808, bass drum from the 909 but not plugged in, snare from the 808, a hi-hat from the 808, there's the closed hat and the open hat down there, but you can actually play both of them at the same time through this mix out. The rim shot, which is my favorite. You can change the high pass filter on it. Sounds better, you can finally hear it now. So the thing with this mixer is it only allows, like, if the frequency is filled up, it's not going to let it through. On the claves, I think that's a little too much, maybe. Toms. I don't know why there's a noise on here. There's usually a noise on a snare or something like that, but it's on here. You don't really hear it until about right there. And that's the conga. Very light, you can barely hear it. You can not hear it down here. Running up.